brothers and sisters of the world.
Welcome back to yet another all-European setup from the Balkans, from the wannabe Balkans, and that's
Where the Balkans go.
You're not wrong. Holiday in January. So welcome back, Ian. Welcome, Simi.
Thank you, guys.
So, what's up, boys? Simi, how are you? Fuck Ian. Like, let Ian talk. How are you?
I'll be honest, yeah.
Cheers.
I'll be honest. Last time did not go so well. Obviously, the first game I went to was in October, 1st of October, the Roma game. So obviously, my first time at the Piazza wasn't really that great. But, bounced back now with a 2-0 win, which was very nice. Saw Lautaro score at home for the first time. So Lukaku live for the first time, which was, overdue. It was good. I came back yesterday, had a great time. Obviously, went with a few fellow Inter fans. Shout out to the group chat, of course. And it was a good time. And I'm definitely going to go back ASAP, hopefully this season still, but if not next season for sure.
I mean, there is a possibility for you to go if we reach the latter stage of the Champions League, or I don't know, the Coppa Italia final.
Possibly, yeah.
You've done all you can do in the Serie A. Now the Serie A is not important because let's face it, we're kind of pessimistic or realistic on here. But I know, Ian, unlike Simi, you didn't go to Meazza to watch Inter, and you were studying a lot this past, week, 2 weeks, month. So, are you studying like Conte or are you studying like Simone Inzaghi? Which one of the students are you?
I'm definitely a Conte. Conte
No,
through and through. Nah, man. I'm just happy that we're doing this shit again. It's yeah. It's just
I can tell.
I like it. I like that when we're doing this. But I hope we can do some from the stadium maybe. Now that the weather's getting better, more money's coming, Champions League's back, all that. Maybe get a Stadium Live episode. You never know.
I mean, look, when Sim was texting the group chat, I was like, how is he getting Inter? But I forgot that you guys were you are in the European Union, and you're not the poor boys like we are down there, and you don't have to be begging for Wi-Fi outside the stadium. And that was fun. It's fun not to have internet in the stadium, but at least you can enjoy the game. But I know a guy that really enjoyed the game and the win. So, Simi, how was the game? How was the experience? How did you went to the Piazza? Did you go by bus, a car, plane? How was the whole trip?
So the sick thing is from where I live in Austria, I can take an overnight train, so like a sleeper train. I think it was about 10 hours, but sort of got like 6 hours of sleep, 6 to 7 hours. So it wasn't bad. That's the sick thing. I can literally, like 10 minutes away from me, I can hop on the train, and it's a daily train overnight. So I took that one. Obviously good for the climate and whatnot. And then the whole day in Milan. Obviously the game was at 6. Went up with two fellow Interisti before the game, and then went to the stadium by metro, of course. And then the game itself, I'm just gonna get straight into it. I think we played pretty well. I was sitting. Hold on, if I can get the screenshot up, I'll send it to you in the group chat. I had like literally the front row on the right, basically, Curva Sud. So I was one of those people that was running towards the fence whenever they score a goal. So great to see, to be fair. But no, I enjoyed the game. I think we played quite well. Gosens for me, man of the match. I also think Damian played pretty well, solid as always. Like I know people didn't really consider him as a man of the match, but for me, seeing it with my own two eyes, he was great. I think he didn't like make any single mistakes. And then I think Lautaro played well. I think Dzeko was a bit out of the game, and you could tell Mkhitaryan was kind of tired, but still done his best. I think Mkhitaryan was one of the better players. And yeah, Barella solid as always. And obviously Dumfries poor first half, but he made up for it in the second half, I think. So yeah, pretty decent game, I think, and deserved win.
How's the atmosphere around the game before and during the game? Did you go into the game and was the atmosphere, euphoric and I don't know, we were pretty sure that we're gonna win the match kind of atmosphere, or was it like
Yeah,
clunky?
I mean, it was positive. I don't think it was like a nervous atmosphere. I think it was like, you know, I think everyone felt a win coming, but it wasn't like, oh, we've been like struggling, etc. Like obviously you could, I don't know to what extent you can feel that we came off of a loss, but me personally, I didn't feel it. So I think the atmosphere around the stadium before the game, during the game, even when it was 0-0, it was fine. I think no one really had like any nervous thoughts or anything. So no, it was good.
I like it. I mean, I also, in my opinion, I think I watched the game afterwards. I didn't watch live, but I was pretty excited to watch the game because I don't know. There's like for me, it goes from time on to time off. Sometimes I do want to watch them. Sometimes I don't. Especially this season, I have to be honest. And I've shared my sentiment and was honest throughout the season. It just this season I don't know. I've kind of lost the final spark, but I do still care about the team. I was excited to see the team back, although I'm even more excited about the competitions that we can actually be competitive in and be part of in a more grandiose way, I would say. I like
Yeah,
the Champions League, and I'm very excited to see the match against Porto because there's actual there's actually a really good chance for us to progress even further, even beyond Porto. I think the team is hungry. I don't know what happened throughout the season. When you look back on it, you can see, you can say, oh, I'm disappointed Inter performed like this or like that, but we're still second, and I don't know how because I have a feeling that we are so bad week in week out, and yet we're still second, even better than any single every single competition that we have faced so far. Milan is winning games, Juventus got deducted points, Lazio is clunky, and the only team that has performed on a very high level this season was Napoli and Napoli only. So I'm excited to see more of Inter in the Serie A because let's face it, we're not gonna win the league. Whether we're second or third, it doesn't make any difference. But it's good to be at least second this season because we were second when Milan won the league, and before that we won the league. So we're gonna have three, or potentially we're gonna have three seasons in which we haven't been lower than second. Which, you know, saying that to an Inter fan from 10 years ago, or I don't know, 7, 8 years ago, we would grab that chance in a heartbeat. So we can look down upon it as much as we want to, but the reality is Napoli has had an amazing season. There's nothing we can do about it. We can go into the ownership status, and if you want to say something on that topic, and I've seen people blame Suning and other group of people that do not blame Suning. But for me, the question still remains, for us to be competitive and actually have a chance to win the league, you cannot have players like Skriniar go for free. That's there's there's no two ways about it, at least in my opinion. Um, I'm excited about Inter because they still have a heart and still want to progress further. But um, as I said, we are yet to see how the team performs in the matches in the Champions League and Coppa Italia when the win actually matters even more than the Serie A. Sorry. because winning a game and losing a game can mean, you've done everything whole season. Win against Barcelona, I don't know, against Porto with 10 men, with 11 men, whatever. And one match can ruin the whole season. Ian, what's your opinion on everything that we've said, Simi and I? What do you think about the season, I think, so far, the match against Lecce this weekend? And
First, let's talk about the Lecce match. Simi, one question. What was it like when Mkhitaryan scored? Because when I saw the goal on TV...
Bro, it was right in front of me. I'll be honest, I don't know if you saw it on TV because obviously I only saw the highlights and tried to find myself in those highlights. So I sent the little screenshot on WhatsApp. But if you can spot me, by the way, great job. I don't know if you guys can put it on the actual screen, but
I think Crystal has to do it.
Okay, but if whenever he's back, we can try and put it on screen. But yeah, there was.
Where
you can spot me, fair play.
Is this you in the middle?
Yeah, that's me. You're absolutely right. And there's a clip. I'll send the clip as well. There's a clip of me when Dzeko missed the header, of me basically being sad that he missed. Hold on, I'll try and send that as well. Actually, that's the only two things I could find. I wish there was an angle for the goal because I was gassed about the goal. I think I've only been closer to a goal going in the back of the net once, and that was a Salzburg game, but that's a different story. And that just the atmosphere for that is crazy, man. When it hits the net right in front of you.
I do apologize to everyone watching on YouTube or wherever. This is the best you can get.
It's the bar covers it.
We'll try and post it later. But
Okay.
how did the stadium react? I think Inter, we don't score many great goals. We score well-crafted goals, or it must go in goals, that kind of stuff. So when you saw the whole play go out, all the passes, before the goal, before Mkhitaryan struck it, I thought oh fuck, it would be a shame if this didn't go in. What was it like in the stadium?
Yeah, no, obviously you sort of knew once that ball was in the box and Barella got a hold of it, you sort of knew, he either lays it off or he does something special, because you always know he's going to come up with something special. And I had a good feeling it was going to go in. I was like, Mkhitaryan's going to strike this. It's hitting something, either bottom right, top right. And top right, it went in right in front of me, man. That stuff is crazy. And then obviously the celebrations were mad. Whole stadium was going insane, and yeah, we were loving it, man. We were definitely beautiful goal.
I just wish everyone could experience celebrating a goal live at the Mats. I think that's tougher feelings in the world for me,
top,
at least.
Top
shit. Could you say this current run of form could turn the season around? I mean, looking at the table, before we lost to Bologna away, last time we lost was Empoli at home with the red card. I think most of us remember that. But before that, it's been almost 4 months before we lost these two games, and I feel we could have, should have, must have gotten more from it. Now, obviously, we have Spezia away on the 10th, which is 4 days, I think. Sure. And then we have Porto in Portugal on the 14th, the reverse fixture. What are you guys' thoughts? Because after that, we already have Juventus at home. That's going to be tricky.
Yep.
So what do you think?
In general, one thing that definitely stood out to me, and you notice it more when you see a game live in the stadium, is that the dribbling stat where people compare how many dribbles every team in the top 5 leagues in Europe has completed, and how we're bottom or 95th out of 97 or something like that. I think that's crazy to me, because personally, if you want to be a top team, you can make up for it with passing and good combination and good moves and whatnot and good hold up play, anything else that's important for attacking, but dribbling. But to some extent, you need to get some dribbling into your attacking play. Otherwise, it's just going to be too predictable. I think the fullbacks need to do better with how they approach the attack. And I think Gosens is a big factor in one of those, he's one of those few players that can actually dribble and take on a man and try to create something. But I think that stat is just something that still holds us back a little bit, and I feel like we need more players to be able to, get some sort of skillful asset to our game. But other than that, in terms of our form, it's looking good. I just don't know if we can, keep it up really, because you see players like Mkhitaryan. This guy is like pushing 40, and he's tired every game. This guy Inzaghi's playing this guy like 90 minutes every game, bro. He's dead. He's finished. I know he scored, right? But this guy is tired, man. He needs to like give him some rest or something. Play Aslani for a game. Move Çalhanoğlu left center mid. Do something, but don't play this guy every game in and out. And Brozovic, let me not even talk about Brozovic, because this guy, like, it feels like we're treating him like we know he's going to leave at the end of the season, right? And Christo already mentioned it with Skriniar. If we want to be a serious club and we want to like move into like top 3 every season again, or top 2 even, like you mentioned it, and play Champions League regularly, like properly, right? We can't be letting players like Skriniar go. Skriniar, okay, yeah, cool. Like something went wrong. Things didn't really, go to plan with his contract and stuff. But if we want to let Brozovic leave he's only 30. I don't know why we need to, get rid of him. If we want to be a serious club, he needs to stay. I don't know why these rumors are starting to come up now, and he's not playing as much either, because he's healthy, he's fit. Yet we're looking at shipping him out and bringing in Kessie. Like, we need to keep a constant, like, compact squad together rather than bringing in random players every 2 seasons. I don't think it's the way forward. So I'm not too happy with that, but that's just me.
Hold on. Kessie? Frank the Tank?
Yeah, Kessie's rumored to... Come on, man.
Do you remember who was it? Who was it that we joke about Kessie? It was Smiley, right?
I think so.
Yeah, when asked
yeah, when he was still in Milan, I think. When he was on.
For everyone that doesn't know, including Simi, like when we had Smiley on, and when we asked him, and there was a question like, if you can bring any single player in the world to Inter, who would it be and why? And like we all said, I don't know, Mbappe, Haaland, whatever. And Smiley was like, oh, Kessie. Like, from all the players in the fucking world, you're choosing Kessie, bro. Like, Kessie is always associated with that sentence and the love that and the bullying received throughout the episode. But like, why do you think, Simi? Why do you think the treatment of Brozovic is as it is? Like, why do you think he's not playing when he's healthy? Because we've seen reports in recent months that his attitude again stood in a way before him and Inter. There's an attitude problem. Him doing whatever he wants, and I don't know. Like, we've seen Brozovic playing for Croatia for 90 minutes every single game, or most of the games, and then before and after the World Cup, we've seen Brozovic on the bench. We've seen Brozovic not playing. So what do you think? And what do you think is the reason for that?
Italians are racist.
That's what you said, it's not me. I don't know what the reason is, to be fully honest with you. I can't, like, apart from what you mentioned, that we might consider him to be like a problem in the dressing room or attitude problems or whatever it is. I've read some stuff about it, but I don't think it's like, we still need him. He's still like our best midfielder regardless, apart from Barella, of course. But Barella's like, I don't want to say he's more replaceable, but Brozovic is vital for that midfield. I don't think you lot realize. And Çalhanoğlu's been doing a great job, but I think just because Çalhanoğlu's doing a great job doesn't mean that Brozovic can't do a better job. I think people always overlook that. People always say, "Oh yeah, he's been a great CDM. He's been this, that. Like, let's keep him at CDM. Let's not move him back to left center." Like, come on, man. We need to, if we want to be a serious team, let's not settle for less than we have. And Brozovic is a great CDM. He's world class still. He's only 30, like I said. And whatever the issues are with him not playing as much, we need to get rid of them. And we need to either hold a talk with him. I don't know if it's attitude problems, then let Inzaghi sit down with him, talk to him, like you're a world-class player. We need you. We want to build on like the next 2-3 years with you still before Aslani or Agume or whoever takes over in the CDM role. And then, like show him that he's still appreciated. And any issues we need to sort out, because we want to be a serious team and not settle for this Çalhanoğlu at CDM. Yeah, he's been good again, and I'm happy for him that he's playing a lot, but he needs to move away back to left center mid, and then we need to start Brozovic regularly again, because I don't see any other option if we want to be a world-class team.
But Inter Twitter will say that
But into
something
Twitter's
else.
going to tell me that Çalhanoğlu's been the best CDM we've had in years. Come on, man. Let's not take the piss, bro, please.
What do you make of the recent rumors about Conte coming back to Inter?
Ian, do you want to go first?
Rumors Conte coming back?
Have you
Really?
not seen it?
No.
Oh, wow. Well, there you go. Get your
Fucking
live
bring
reaction.
it back. Run it back, baby. Run it back.
Yo,
I mean, all I'll say
hear me
is
out. Icardi, sell Lautaro, get Icardi back. Icardi, Lautaro up top, or Lukaku up top with Conte on the bench. Who says no?
maybe not selling Lautaro. I mean, send the fat bastard back to London. That's the first order of business.
Oh, you're going back to London, yeah. Oh, I thought you were the fat bastard. Okay, never mind.
Let this be known. Christo's a piece of shit. Pin of shame. Shame him. No, but like, you have the only coach who has given us a winning mentality in like the last 10 years or so. And now we have some, I won't say anything bad on Inzaghi. He still wins us like, what, 2 trophies a year? Fantastic. But like, he's a soy boy. Everything that Conte has built, I think, was lost by Inzaghi's style of management. When he gives the players certain things that they want. I know there's been like an article last year that like he's way more lenient with what players can do and shit like that. And I'm all for it when we win the Copa and the Super Copa. But like realistically, the aim is the Serie A. Is it not? I mean, you know, we need the winning mentality of grinding out games week in, week out, you know, not losing to Bologna 1-0, not losing to Lecce 1-0, stuff like that. You know, I still think Conte's been the best coach we've had in like the last 10 years. Maybe Spalletti built something that then Conte elevated. I could argue for that fact as well because I love Spalletti. But Conte actually like did something with the team, you know. If we can get the chance to bring him back, run it back, baby.
I agree, man. I think it might be like a little bit of a nostalgia tax that I want to bring Conte back, but I just don't think Inzaghi's done like the same job as Conte did. I think he's far off. I think the stuff that like some of the decisions he makes just like frustrate me. Even at the game, I was saying like at the Lecce game, like he wasn't preparing subs until like the 70th minute again. Like sometimes he leaves it to like the 80th minute. I just don't get it. And then obviously not playing Aslani. Like Aslani, I don't even know if he still exists. I couldn't tell you. And then other players like Carboni hasn't played. It was his birthday, and bro was like he was just trying to get some game time, and he just said no, like you're not getting game time. And then just a few other like stupid decisions that I never really understand. That Conte just you didn't like with Conte, yeah, he didn't do everything right, but you know you could understand most of the things that he was doing, and it all made sense. And he had a clear game plan, and he had a clear plan to what he was trying to do with the team. He gave the youngsters a chance that deserved it, those that worked hard for it. I feel like anyway. And then you know we have obviously a similar squad. I want to say. Obviously, Lukaku seems like a bit, off still, but I feel like he can get back to it as well. So if we bring Conte back, keep Lukaku, Lautaro, and get like hopefully someone else in Korea in for a striker backup option, then I feel like next year with Conte could be a great shout. I don't care if he's been doing terrible with Spurs. You know, Spurs are terrible in itself, so he can't really do much about it. So I don't think it's fair on him to say that Conte has been trash or whatever because it's the history of the Tottenham. So you can't really do much about it, but I think Conte will come back here.
Speaking of Aslani, you want to know when's the last time he played?
I'm going to look up right now.
The 5th of February against Milan, he made 1 minute. One.
That's a strong minute, Can I watch that back?
Before that, 18 minutes against Atalanta in the Copa.
Wow.
And then against Cremonese, he had 24 minutes. Honestly, fuck knows. I don't think it was this year.
His last
it was against Parma.
Parma
in the Copa. Yeah.
Otherwise, his last start was for Albania against Armenia. Well, there you go.
Fun fact of the day, I guess.
So yeah,
Hopes of
Inzaghi out.
BOTW. I mean, we could discuss this at length for at least 2 hours, I think, and we'd still have multiple points to make. But looking at the schedule ahead, I mean, it's looking up to shape like a pretty Pazza Inter schedule, don't you guys think? It's an away game against Spezia first, who are in 17th position. We all know how well we do against these kind of teams. And then we have reverse fixture against Porto, only a 1-0 lead. Do with that what you want. And then we have Juventus at home, Fiorentina at home, and then we have the first leg of the semi-final of the Coppa Italia on the 4th of April against Juventus away. And then there's some smaller teams like Salernitana, Monza, Empoli, and then Juventus again with Lazio. So in the next month, today is the 7th of March, we play 6 matches until the 8th of April with the Supercoppa and the Champions League in between. How do you guys feel we'll do?
When do we play Spezia again?
Spezia is on the
Friday.
10th. Friday evening or night. Yeah. Watch Inter and then go out party for the rest of the night. You know how we do. Then we have
drink the sorrows away.
and then we have in 7 days' time reverse fixture against Porto. I'll be honest, I think it's either going to be a draw against Porto or like a 2-1 loss, and then extra time we go.
I mean, I don't know. I personally think Porto are super strong at home. I've been watching a little bit of Porto. Obviously, the big games like Benfica, Porto, and Sporting. I try to watch them when I can. And then I don't think we're going to lose necessarily. I think it's going to be like a draw, maybe like a 1-1, like a 2-2. But it's not the Champions League game that worries me, because if we look at the schedule, it's Friday, then it's Tuesday. That's what, 3 days in between, and then Tuesday to Sunday. That's 4 days in between. So we can rotate like a little bit, but not too much, because realistically, it's 3 big games. Away is always difficult, and then obviously Champions League and then Juventus. You kind of don't want to mess anything up, so you kind of want to go with the safe option. But then what worries me is that if we do advance in the Champions League, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, potentially 9 games in April. I do not know how that's going to work in terms of I know we play Salernitana, Monza, and Empoli, but we're going to have to rotate at some point. We're going to be rocking up with Aslani, D'Ambrosio, and Di Marco away at Empoli. I don't care. We're going to have to do it, because if we're gonna save our energy for all the 3 competitions, we need to do. And Inzaghi's going to have to. And if he doesn't, I feel like I can already see the criticism, but it's going to be deserved, because he needs to be doing something. And unless the excuse is going to be we focus on this competition or that competition, which I hope he doesn't, because that would be unserious as hell. I just think rotation is critical, because it's going to be a lot of games, so we can't allow to overplay players, especially Mkhitaryan. This guy's already tired, and we're not even at that point of the season. What's he going to look like when he plays 9 games in April?
He's going to go bald.
He's going to, bro, his hairline's already struggling like crazy, man. So, no, but we need to take care of our players. So, yeah, rotation's needed.
We already know what's going to happen. I mean, we can all say it together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Mkhitaryan every game for 90 minutes.
There you go.
But how's your feeling, Simi, about the game on Friday against Spezia?
Positive. I'll be real. I'm hoping for a different lineup, maybe Damian on the right, and maybe I want to see De Vrij again. I feel like the last few games that De Vrij has played, he's been solid again. I feel like ever since the Barca games, to be fair, De Vrij has been really good. I know at the start of the season he's been struggling a little bit, and we brought in Acerbi to sort of make up for it. But yeah, positive. I hope Gosens can continue to start as well. Get some game time in again, and obviously he's looking more like his old self, which is great. But yeah, I'm hoping for a solid maybe 2-0, 3-0 win. Ian, let me know what you think.
All I'll say is we have played 5 games against Spezia so far. We have not lost yet. Emphasis on yet.
There you go.
No,
don't say it like that.
Last time we played, it was 3-0 and Joaquin Correa scored.
Oh, cursed match then.
Before that, Alexis Sanchez scored. So there is something with bench strikers. Who knows? Maybe it's gonna be Dzeko do Pieta and Juan Tucu Correa do Pieta. Carboni do Pieta.
Carboni needs a goal, bro.
Zanotti,
Mm-hmm.
Play these bums. I mean, sound like made-up Italian food names. Carboni. It's like when you can't get the license for carbonara in a game and you just say, "Oh, pasta carboni." Like,
Instead of the native Zanotti, huh?
Sure. It's on Pez.
So what's your
Icons
prediction?
on Pez. If D'Ambrosio plays 2-1 with D'Ambrosio header winner, if not, 1-0. Let's say 1-0.
Wow.
Brozovic goal.
Okay, I'm more optimistic than you then.
I'm feeling kind of edgy. Let's go for an Ambrosio goal or a Brozovic goal.
Fair enough. I want Brozovic to start. That's one thing I forgot to say.
I want that too. I think it's a 2-0 win. I think we win without considering a goal against Spezia.
Yeah.
Just as Timmy said. I do share that opinion.
We'll see. That's the fun of it.
Exactly. And I would like to thank you both for joining me and everyone actually watch the stream, listen to it. We're going to wrap it up because we want to leave you to watch to drown your sorrows in the Champions League. Chelsea or Benfica. You can watch actually João Mario while still, at the top level. So thank you guys.
Bring him back.
João Mario and Icardi alongside Conte. I'm in there. Thank you once again and see you next episode. Bye bye.
Thank you guys.